Yes, people. So if you don't know me, my name is Mitchell Mills, and I'm 20 years old, soon to be 21 in February. At the minute, it's 24th of November, Monday, 2025, and this is my second day of being consistent and having more of a morning routine, really journaling what I've got to do, and done some of my tasks already. This is one of my tasks, make a morning YouTube video. Basically, it's a spoken journal for me. So I have my written journal, this, and this is my spoken journal. So what am I doing today? I've got to do the stuff in my journal. I'm not going to go through all of it, but yeah. And after I've done all that, I've got to go to the gym, and I've also got to work on my community. Now, my community is very new, but with time you'll see how successful it can be. And that is the righteous path. Now, what is the righteous path? The current idea with the righteous path is it's going to be a community with 4 people on that path that they can all, of course, commune together, talk together. And what's in the community is, no, this is new, so I'm still coming up with all of it, but it's going to have basically a few categories, and they are fitness, well, main chat, fitness chat, Christianity chat, sort of politics, notice or chat, so like all the stuff you're noticing. As well as, I'm trying to remember, as well as, I'm thinking addiction chat, and then there was one more, I can't think of it. But you know, it will all come. It will all come. I'll be saying everything all off the top of my head, so no. So why am I making this community? I've got a lot of experience in communities. This is going to be my first time I really go at it and try and monetize it. But the idea of this is that in the future, when I get back onto perhaps for coaching, I'll have more of a foundation that I can actually send people to this community, and maybe I can get people from my community into my coaching. It's just going to be more of a solid foundation, but that's only going to come if I put the work in for it. But yeah. Now, I'm not going to just go off completely off topic today. I was going to talk about something else, but I'll do that in the next video. Now, just for this, I'm just saying what I'm doing. And I'll say, like, I'll put some in depth into the difference to what I'm doing now to where I've been. So at the minute I'm waking up. Yesterday I woke up at 8 a.m. Today I woke up at 7 a.m. I'll probably be going earlier and earlier, but the only thing is I work a job still, and I work till 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So waking up at 7 a.m. pretty early, because of course I then, you know, I've got a lot of time before I even go to work. So, but, you know, I said I'm going to do it, and I've got to do it. But basically my old routine was completely all over the place. I wouldn't even go to bed till like 3 a.m. and then, you know, or even later sometimes. A lot of the time, from like 8, it's, you know, 17 to 19, I literally wouldn't even sleep. You know, I'd like go full nights because I couldn't even sleep. At that point I was smoking weed, and weed wouldn't even help me sleep because it would just play with my dopamine levels really, and it would just keep me up. And it really didn't agree with me in that sense of even helping me sleep or anything. It didn't. And if anything, you know, if you have been a weed smoker, you'll know it don't even help you dream. So what good is not dreaming? Like, that's a natural thing. But yeah, So my routine in the past was all over the place. I couldn't even sleep when I wanted to. That's now something I can do. If I actually choose to go to sleep, I can go to sleep within the first 20 minutes. Cool. I couldn't even imagine doing that. In the past, really couldn't even imagine doing that, because I'd literally be laying there for like an hour, 2 hours, just trying to get to sleep. Um, you know, and I just thought I'd have it forever. Like many of my things, I thought I'd just have forever because it's in the moment. But now I'm just realizing that was in that moment. That's not now. Like you can change from any situation you have been, and it all comes down to you and your willpower, your determination, and the goals that you have set. You know, as well as the action you take. They all come together. You know, I'm starting to realize now that it's literally me against me. I've said this before in the past, but it really is me against me, and I have forgotten that in the past due to all the lot of things that I put on top of me. You know, with all these tasks, all these different things that I said I was going to do and I never did. That's what will really eat you up. If you say you got to do something, you don't do it. That's going to be the worst thing you can do, because really, it just really eats you up mentally. It will just cause anxiety, and it's not good. You know, it's not good for no one. But this is just me basically just journaling. As time goes on, you know, hopefully sooner than later, I'll be getting more of a clearer view on how I'm gonna do all this. But at the minute, I'm just keeping it simple, just doing the things I said I've got to do, doing this video like this, and just talking. You know, like I said, I'm not bothered if people don't watch this. This is literally just for my own will, just so I can say I've done it. You know, and once I've done it for a while, that's when I'll really I'll start trying to care about trying to get it somewhere. But yep. So this is me changing me. Now, what's my current foundations that I've got now? Now, I've got a job. I don't want to work a job. Not many people do, but I've got a job. It's a lot better. I'm in a better situation than most in that standard. On Instagram, I've got 29.2k followers. Used to be 35k, but that was like quite a while ago now. So over time, it's just gone down. But I've still got 29k followers. So that's a foundation. I can still warm them up. You know, I'm sober. I'm sober for, I don't even know, to be honest. I think it's like 7 weeks. I'm not even sure, to be honest. I'm gonna have to try look back. Maybe ask my friend, because my friend quit weed about like 4 days after me. Maybe he knows when he quit, and I can just go off by that. But you know, well, that's the best thing for me is last time I was quitting and I was documenting my whole sobriety. I helped a lot of people, but you put way too much focus on it. You don't want to focus on it. You're leaving it behind for a reason. So you're not focusing on that day that you left it behind. Because why would you? You know, maybe I should look at the date just so I can have an idea. But it's just like, you know, I've gotten this far without it. So, but yeah, it's been about 7 weeks. Now I've like drunk some alcohol since then, but that's never really been a problem for me. Of course, even that can create a problem. But you just don't give, you know, if I carried it on, but you just don't give power to it. That's something I've done like in the weekends, or, you know, if I'm going on a date with a girl I'm seeing, stuff like that, you know. But yeah, the main problem for me was weed. That really held me back. And I like caused a sense of psychosis to where I thought I could really get on with it. And I was watching myself fuck myself up, but I was still continuing to do it. But it's alright, that's just part of my story, part of how I'm gonna, you know, I already know once I'm like a year sober, I'm gonna be like I'm gonna be unstoppable. You know, I've never got to that. Since at the age of 14, I've never been a year sober. So this time next year, I'll be there. I've said this before also, but you know, it's just part of it. Sometimes you've got to learn the best ways to do it, and sometimes that just takes fail. But failure is needed. You know, you need to fail to grow. If you're scared to fail, then that's you failing already in your way of thinking, because failing is winning in the long run. It's the way I see it. But I'm gonna keep this video short. You know, this is just my reflection video, day 3. Yeah, might change the name, might keep it, but yeah.